'cause we'll work it out. Yeah, we'll work it out. I'll be doing this if you ever doubt, till the love runs out, till the love runs out. I'll be your ghost, your game, your stadium. I'll be your 50,000 clapping like one. And I feel alright, and I feel alright, 'cause I work it out. Yeah, I worked it out. I'll be doing this if you ever doubt, till the love runs out, till the love runs out. I've got my mind made up and I can't let go. I'm killing every second till it says my soul. I'll be running till the love runs out, till the love runs out. And we'll start a fire and we'll shut it down till the love runs out, till the love.
All right, I'm Jeremy McKee. It is prime time and it's 7 o'clock, and I have got a great guest for you today. And we're going to talk about, if you can see behind me, Juneteenth. It'll be coming up June 19th. It's a great celebration, educational, and lots of good snacks and stuff around, and a lot of vendors, and it's just a great. It's at the Main Street Junction, and so you say, well, it might rain a little bit. No excuse. It's inside. It's too hot. No, it's not. It's cool in there. And I've got retired Lieutenant Colonel Timika Wilson, born in Frankfurt, Germany. She was commissioned into the United States Army in 1997 from the Clemson University Army ROTC program. She is a graduate of Engineer Officer Basic Course, an Engineer Captain's Career Course, United States Army Recruiters School at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and Combined Armed Services and Staff College. She has served in a multitude of leadership positions at every airline, from tactical to strategic, in various Army major commands, from FORSCOM to TRIDOC. The service includes 4 deployments in support of Operations Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraq Freedom. It is this diverse experience that she has developed the managerial leadership and training skills to really require to adapt to any kind of dynamic individual that's ready to support any mission, any situation. So she's always seeking opportunities here in our Union County to work with the economic development through social entrepreneurship. I mean, she just got all kind of great things going. And she's also the administrator of the foundation and project leader of WeGOJA. I'm going to ask her about that in just a moment, but let's bring her on. It's enough of my pretty face. There we are, Timika.
Hello.
Man, I was about to run out of breath. All this stuff that you do. I mean, and you're so young, and you've got all of this here, and all the things that you're involved in. I have to ask you. I tried to find the acronym. I was trying to figure it out. Really, WeGOJA. Is that how you pronounce it?
WeGOJA Foundation. Yes, WeGOJA.
And I was trying to figure out. Okay, I was doing everything to find out what is an acronym for that, but there's not one.
Yes, you're right. There's not one. It's actually a combination of words from different African languages. We, go, and ja, and from Yoruba to so the combination of those letters and words, the WeGOJA Foundation speaks to the cultural, and I'm gonna find that graphic for you so you can share it, but has very distinctive meaning. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I'm doing a terrible job. But it speaks to the culture and the history of African Americans in the United States and all the way back through the diaspora to Africa. And we focus on culturally relevant things in the United States to preserve and ensure that those things are preserved in South Carolina. So we are a South Carolina-based organization.
Yeah, I studied in the history of the Gullah, and I noticed is it Wolof and Yoruba?
Yoruba, yeah.
And that's, I was really impressed. It signifies pride, future, courage, purpose, and culture.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it is the new name from the former South Carolina African American Heritage Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And you are the administrator of this right here. And I mean, there's tons and tons of things that they can go on the website and look and see this right here. And, and,
Absolutely.
and also, you work at Kingdom Dispatch and Logistics LCC, kind of like a part time. When I guess you didn't have nothing else to do, it says, where can I fill my time up?
Well, I have a really good boss and CEO of Kingdom Dispatch and Logistics with Leslie Epps Wallace. She's a hometown girl from Union, South Carolina, born and raised. And she approached me about potentially working there. And I said, absolutely not, initially, because I'm retired. And we actually reconnected because we graduated from Union High School in as class of 92. And the classmate, Sonia, and we put together our class reunion in a short amount of time. So we had 3 veterans working together. We were never in the same place at the same time, and we came together and put together a really good, what we think is a really good class reunion. And that was our third 92. We did it in 2002, so it's 30 years. So
Wow.
yeah. we I love working with her. She is truly a great individual. And if you want to learn more about Kingdom Dispatch Logistics, please check out the website, all things logistics from A to Z. And she's currently working on developing another course for Piedmont Tech, where she will be talking about the things that you need once you have your CDL license to establish your business. If you are deciding that you want to be an owner operator of a truck. So she teaches dispatching course there as well. So she is a light in our community. So please check that out. Oh, she'll also be at Juneteenth as well. So she'll have a table there if you're wondering about logistics or starting your own business. She'll be there to talk a little bit about it as part of our employment piece of the field villages.
Oh, okay, great. That will be great because and I used to drive a truck many years ago, no more. And I tell you what, they don't realize that the dispatcher and all that is their lifeline on how to direct. I mean, I've met her; she's a wonderful person. When she first opened up over there in Greenleaf, I think it's the area, and I know you're getting a little blurry there for a minute. Timika, how's it look on your end?
Uh-oh.
There we go.
You're clear on my end, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes, it's better there. It seemed like it was going real good, and it got a little bit of a blurriness there. Now let's talk about the big celebration coming up on June 19th. A lot of people, including myself, I really didn't know anything about Juneteenth until about 5. What now? Right. It's on the Thursday.
Yeah, the celebration, we're going to have it actually June 21st. Yeah, that Saturday.
Right. Okay. But I was talking about how it's got its name.
Yeah, you know what? I think I know what it is. Hold on. Peter started syncing and doing some other stuff. Technology, right? Technology.
Yes, it's exactly. Now it looks much better now.
Okay, but it was doing some crazy stuff.
The Juneteenth celebrated on June 19th. I mean, it's back in 1865 when Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, because Texas just didn't want to follow the rules, did they?
Right.
and had to sit them down there. But myself, I did not, and that's on my own ignorance because I didn't know anything about Juneteenth until you started having the very first celebration 5 years ago.
Mhm.
And now I know it's been going on, but it just seems odd that we started this only 5 years ago when really it should have been many years ago.
Right, right. Well, I think they've had it forever in Texas, of course, as far as Juneteenth. But then the larger popularity of Juneteenth being celebrated in other places, I think, caught on in maybe the '90s. And I got to confess to you, just all my travels and the different things that I've been involved in, I had not heard of Juneteenth or as far as celebrating Juneteenth outside of Texas. So
Right.
when I got here to South Carolina and I started talking to some folks, other individuals who were having Juneteenth events, they were having more localized events like at their house, or they may have hosted something at the fairgrounds. So we're definitely not the first. We're not the first to have it here in Union County. Other individuals had celebrated Juneteenth before. We just,
Well, that's kind of because I've been here 30 years and really didn't know. I don't know if I either had my head in the sand or something, but until you really brought it out as a big event, I did not know anything about it until I started. Hey, I'm going to research this. What exactly is this? And I think that with your organization, with the groups you have together to put this event on, even the very first one brought it more to light in our county.
yeah, because we looked at Juneteenth as a opportunity to not only educate about Juneteenth, but educate our community about the Union County Community Remembrance Project. So we married the two because remembrance is very important. Like you said, acknowledging what happened, acknowledging not only lynching victims under the UCCRP, but also celebrating freedom for the folks that were freed in 1865 that didn't even know that they were free under the end of Civil War and Emancipation Proclamation. So I think that it just gave us an opportunity to tell some more stories and to come together as a community. And I think we were pleasantly surprised at how many people were responsive and willing to participate, especially that first year. It got hotter and hotter each year. So we ultimately said, okay, we need to take this inside. And Main Street Junction and the City of Union has been a great partner, and Union County Tourism has been a great partner in ensuring that we could have this event every year. So we're going into the 5th year, which is why I did the poster the way I did, to show that we've been around for 4 years and we're celebrating 5 years of bringing history, celebrating history and culture today.
Exactly. And, one of the things I think they should even bring it into the school is to emphasize Juneteenth, to talk about the history, even to the younger folks in school, what it means. Because, we go back, even with my growing up and things, that we talk about the 4th of July, we talk about Independence Day, we talk about things like that. But this is actually an Independence Day and freedom. Uh, you know, from African Americans, and to pursue equality and justice, and including myself, we take these things we do for granted instead of really sitting down and talking to someone. And that's one thing I enjoyed last year, was sitting down and talking. Uh, I can't think of his name now. He pastored a church. He's like 90 years old. He was precious. I mean, he told me some great stories, and that's what we need to get out there. And you provide this with a lot of your guests to come up and speak. And it's just uh, to me, it's one of the most important events that we have in Union. We have different little events here and there, different things come up, but I think this is more of a celebration and education at one time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I know your presence last year, and I was so busy, kind of running from one spot to the next. And when I saw all that you had set up to do the interviews with different folks that were participating, it just really elevated and added a whole new perspective, so people could that couldn't come to the event could actually experience some of the things that they may have missed in person. So thank you for that, and we appreciate your participation every year in some form or fashion, whether you're there physically or you're there promoting for us on your site. So we appreciate the elevation
Yeah,
about what
well,
you're doing.
one of the guys I was really, I think he was a teacher, the one that was dressed in the,
In
uh,
the union uniform, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's Bobby Harley. Yeah,
yes. He was just, I could sit there and talk to him all day.
yes, yes. Now he has another event. I invited him to come this year. This time I invited him just to come and experience it, because so many times they'll come to events and they don't get to really experience the event. So hopefully he can drop by and just not in uniform, but just enjoy and maybe play some spades. We're going to do some line dancing out there and enjoy all of the great food vendors that have already signed up for our event.
Yeah, you have quite a few already signed up and
Mhm.
ready to go. And these Juneteenth celebrations, I know it's involved over time, from early community, gatherings now to a broader national recognition. How's that kind of make you feel there? It's like being a part of that. To me, that is tremendous growth. I know my company I work for, Xerox Corporation. We That's our holiday. They incorporate that, and I said, "Wow, they've added a holiday to this," and I thought that
Mhm.
was so great that they did that,
Yeah.
and that's because of everybody across nationally across the board is counties and cities and stuff are doing things to
Mhm.
recognize Juneteenth.
Yes, absolutely. I know the first year that we celebrated Juneteenth, and the first year that we did it in 2021, it was actually on the day that President Biden announced that it was going to be a national holiday. Now, we did not know that that was happening. It just so happened that we had our actual first Juneteenth, the one that we uh, put together on the national holiday, and it was just a fantastic coincidence. Um, and it gave us the opportunity to see, how many people, really were interested not only the history, but the traditions, the food, the fellowship, and how we can really educate people about not only kind of nationally what's going on, but locally what's going on as well. So that was really a good thing. It When I look at it now, that first year in South Carolina, we really didn't have any competition for Juneteenth as far as having an event. Now, 5 years later, if you go to Eventbrite or you look up, different events across South Carolina, there's hundreds of Juneteenth events and activities, and they usually span, the whole week of Juneteenth, especially if it's in the middle of the week. So it's incredible to be part of something that's much larger than us. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, I drive all around South Carolina, and I notice signs up
Yeah.
Juneteenth, and before, like I said, until I got educated on it, is
Yeah.
that I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And but now that it's national, it's grown. It's growing each year. It's growing even more and more. And now, what are some of the traditional? Do you know some of the traditional Juneteenth celebration food and music you usually have, or parades?
Oh, yeah. Some locations will have a parade, a Juneteenth parade. We don't have a parade. Some of the traditional foods are like, having a red drink,
Mhm.
whether it's a red juice, a red Kool-Aid, or some sort of red drink, representative of the red from the Juneteenth flag. I know there's some other traditions, and I don't know them all. I don't pretend to know them all. But one thing is food is very important. So fellowshipping around food, So we're gonna have fish, fried fish there. Everybody loves fish. It's probably gonna sell out very quickly.
I think it
We
did last year, didn't it?
yeah, chicken wings, of course. We're gonna have um, actually we're gonna have some mocktails. So we
Hmm.
have J&J bartending. He just signed up. He asked about if we could do alcohol. I said no, we're not doing alcohol this year. But if you do some mocktails and some frozen drinks, so he'll be bringing some traditional style drinks that celebrate Juneteenth. So look for him. That's J Rock. For the folks that know J Rock, he'll be participating in that. And they're also going to have a golf cart for us to transport folks from the parking lot up Main Street. So we're excited about what we're going to bring to the table. And I think another tradition is music. So
Hmm.
not only we're going to have a DJ, but DJ Troop is our DJ for the event. But we're also going to have a performance and a ministry, if you will, a gospel performance by the group Serenity.
And
So,
we're going to listen. We're going to listen to them a little bit later. We'll be
yeah,
hearing their music.
yes. So they're coming back to support us. So always great. So music, food, those are key traditions. And then we're going to make sure that we actually talk a little bit about Juneteenth and the history of Juneteenth, and also the history of the UCCRP in our program, and why we're gathering there on Saturday.
And people can see the ticker at the bottom. They can follow you on Facebook right there. You have a website there also they can go
Mhm.
to. So all they got to do is click on that and go there also.
Yes.
Uh, now, I noticed, and like I said, I travel everywhere and I see different things and talk to some people that's having some events here. And some of them talk about they were doing some reenactments
Hmm.
and I really don't know what type of reenactment. They didn't really elaborate on it. But I
Hmm.
thought, well, that's pretty neat because, usually with the reenactments, it kind of visually it gets you knowing what it is.
Right. There's a gentleman. I'm not sure if he's going to make it this time. So I hesitate to say if he's going to be there, but he's a reenactor. Bobby Harley, you mentioned he's a reenactor. But if we do have any reenactors, I think what we'll probably focus on is having our seniors who are in their, I'm gonna say Twilight Golden, 80s and year old and up, who have vivid memories of their experiences in Union County, talking about Black Wall, our equivalent of Black Wall Street, and their experiences of going to Sims High School when it was an all Black school. So their experiences of what life was like when they were younger,
Hmm.
some of the things that they dealt with, some of their challenges, how they persevere, their resilience, and other how other communities came together. So Mayor Thompson usually opens for us, so we'll get a welcome from him and talk a little bit about the history of Juneteenth and why it's so important for us to continue to gather.
That's right, and the importance of education is like discuss the role of education and understanding in Juneteenth. And I think the schools again should teach that. They should maybe have a during that week where one of your or yourself can come in and talk to a big classroom. Sort of each school what this means,
Mhm.
and Juneteenth its place in history, because we see things sometimes we see how magnitudes got after stuff happened years ago. But during that time, then it was a very, very small thing, and that's why I always put admit that the smallest thing can change the world. Rosie Parks, did she know by her taking that seat that it was going to just change a lot of stuff? And that's
Right.
why I say a small thing can change the world, and but you got to be involved to do it. And and I think this is one thing that should be incorporated in some of the schools, even curriculum. you know.
One of the things we've done in the past is we've invited students to participate in an essay contest. And I've actually seen some of the other counties do something similar. And to get their viewpoint, we actually partnered with Corinth Baptist Church with their um, youth program that they do. And we actually had them do like collages of, what does freedom mean to you? And they put together collages, and then we showcased those at last year's Juneteenth as well. So that's another way for us to engage students about Juneteenth and about freedom and about what education means to them, what it means to be, Black in America, what does it mean to be a young person in America. So I think we've had a lot of great partnerships in doing Juneteenth, whether it's essay contests with some of the schools and the students, or even working with some of the churches and the church youth to educate individuals about Juneteenth and the history in Union County.
How can Juneteenth become more than just a day of observance, but like a call to action? Because, it's like most things, even in the Bible, we read things, and if we don't act upon some of those things, it's just words.
Right. I think one of the things I would encourage young people, especially, to do is to register to vote. So if you are 18 years old, you're 17, and you're about to be 18, I don't care what your political affiliation is or what you have in your mind. Register to vote, because so many people died for the right for everyone to exercise their right to vote. And I think that's a true call to action. Don't just sit out. Make sure you understand what's going on in the world, educate yourself, talk to people, get involved. And I think that is probably the biggest honor we can do to the individuals who found out in 1865 that they were free after 2 years of not knowing that they were free, which is why we celebrate Juneteenth. So, freedom isn't free. There is a price to pay. And I think that price is involvement, and that price is participation. So I encourage young people to get involved. And even if you're not voting age, participate with your local community in, being a tutor, a young tutor. If you like to read, making sure that you understand literacy. So a lot of stuff is online. Books are great. I would say, don't be afraid to read a book.
Don't be afraid to pick one up, right?
Don't be afraid to pick one up. And I would also encourage young people to, it sounds kind of funny, but to go outside and touch grass. Because when you and I were both younger, we were encouraged to go outside and play and get out into the sun. And I would encourage young people to do the same. Go outside with your permission of your parent or guardian, and just see nature, experience nature, play kickball, do outdoor events if you can. So those are good things. I think those are good social things that you can do to stay active and participate. So it's all about participation. And I think that's a great call to action as well.
It is. And like I said, we used to, as kids, go out and, if we get dirt in the mouth, a little dirt never hurt us.
I'm still here.
Got a little dirty there stuff. I have some slides. Let's look at some slides.
Okay.
And the first slide we're going to show right here is going to show that this distinguished Lieutenant Colonel, retired,
Oh
in
gosh.
uniform. And when I say that, I got to show that. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And hold on a second here. I knew that I would do that. Let me back them up. I always, when I go through them, I don't put them back. And right here you are. And you haven't changed any.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Look at that baby.
Yeah, and all the ribbons and all. I mean, it's just, and your leadership is is impeccable, and that's why that you do all the things you do.
Oh, thank you. As a engineer officer, so I was happy to serve. I learned a
Well,
lot.
now right here's the flyer that you got out part of it, and I cut some of it off the top because I wanted to show the 21 through the 24. We get going on the 5th year
Hmm.
of this event, and who's the gentleman in the left over there that's modeling?
So that is the late great Mr. Oscar Gist. He was
Yes,
able to participate in our first Juneteenth, and he was a immediate past chair for the Elderly Belong Community Resource Center, where we held the first Juneteenth our event there. And I just thought that was a great picture of him in our shirt and our t-shirt that year. And
yes,
he just was beaming. And I took that picture, and I was just excited for him to be there. He was in his 80s then. He has since passed away, so we pray for him and his family. And he was part of that Black Wall Street, being a store owner on Main Street. He had owned a store, clothing store,
yes.
and so pillar of the community, and just a great person. So I was honored to have met and known him for the time that I did.
Well, I like the 2022 picture there at the top, the Volkswagen.
Hmm. Yes, yes, we had a little car show. As part of that event, we had the bouncy houses. We had some of our reenactors you mentioned there before. That's Tyree Rowell, and he shows folks about how they did brick making back in the day, and he does the live displays of brick making, and he even did a performance in 2023. He came back to us. He brought his group to do a traditional style kind of gospel rendition, celebrating freedom. And so we've had art, culture. You see art in the 2023 slide up there. That's Marcus Foster Jr. He was doing live art, on the spot. So Three Pete's Barbecue is in that 2023 image as well. And then finally, in 2024, you see the group Serenity that performed for us. And then they're going to be back again this year. So we have had some really good participation in all of our events. And 2021, there was at least over 400 people that came out in 2021. It's been a little bit less than that each year subsequently, but I think we've consistently brought in over 250 people
Right.
to our event, which is pretty good for it being outside initially. Now it's inside, so we get more people.
Exactly, and it was packed in there last year, I know,
Yes,
and
it was.
but
Yes.
but you had a lot of good speakers in there. I mean, yeah, as far as talking and participating, even the park rangers.
Yes, yes. Stephanie Cohen, Infinity Irving, yes, they were there too. So, and they've, our team. I have to give a special shout out to Stephanie Cohen, because she always coordinates our Kona Ice coming out because it's going to be hot. So, and Kona Ice, shout out to them, because they always come and support our event. Even when we wait to the last minute, they will show up and come out and support. So we appreciate them. April Hutcherson is the one that sends us the information on them. So
If you want to cool off, you just come by there, and they'll fix you right up.
absolutely, absolutely. One thing we're doing a little differently is we're planning for a bouncy house, but this time it's going to be a water bouncy house.
Oh wow!
So, because we know it's going to be warm that day, so we're going to have a water bouncy house on the backside on the street.
Oh,
In
the kid,
between
the kid, the kid, they're gonna love that.
Yeah, they might see me out there if it.
Exactly. They probably see some more. I can see the kids now around there says, "Hey, can we go on it yet?"
Yeah, exactly.
Now this is I think it was last year's flyers. Yeah, 2024.
Yes, yes.
And I don't know who does it, but you do a great job on the graphics because I look at graphics
Oh,
since I deal in it, and you get very creative with your flyers, and of course you can see on the one on the left there some of the events that you had going on then.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, we really, whenever I look back, I'm like, oh my God, are we going to have enough people? Are we going to have folks come out? And it just fills up so quickly. So, we had something going on throughout the day as far as guest presenters and participants and entertainment. So, we have you listed down there as far as prime time, being there the whole day with your show. We just really have a good core group of folks that always support. And then what I find exciting is that we always have new people that show up that want to participate as well. So we encourage, if there's somebody who's listening to your podcast, if they would like to participate, please contact me, 864-266-7777. You just text me and I'll send you the appropriate information, get you signed up. There is a cost for vendor participation. For inside, it's $25. Outside, it's $10. If you're outside, you have to provide your own table, tent, and chairs. If you're a food vendor, it's $30. And you'll be outside, of course. But I think those are pretty reasonable prices. We get,
That is great prices because I have, like I said, I've traveled and seen someone, and if I ask them what the cost of different things are, and believe me, they will sit up here
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
And I even
One
see my,
thing I wanted to tell you, Jerry, is that, part of what we're going to do this year is uh, rather than have kind of raffles and stuff like that, we just want to be able to give away some cash giveaways. So for the people that are listening, if you come to the event, if you register online, there's a general admission. You go to the Eventbrite site, the QR code. I think you've shared it on your site already. You go to the QR code, go to Eventbrite, and you just register to come. Your name is going to go into the basket. We're going to be doing drawings throughout the day. So anywhere from $25 to, I'm not even going to announce the top amount. So the
be
top
there,
amount is going to be something nice
and,
because, yeah.
and you got to be there in person, right, to
Yeah,
win.
you got to be there in person. If you're not there in person, we're going to go to the next person.
See there, you need to hang around a little bit.
Yeah, hang around a little bit. And
Uh,
for those that enjoy gospel and Serenity, I will tell you that Serenity is going to perform at 3 o'clock.
Well, they're great, and I see Motown Bobby in the picture on the right there on below. A good friend of mine. He plays some great music there also.
Yeah, he was there last year. Yeah.
Yes, and here's the ranger I was talking about,
Yes. Nate Johnson.
Nate. Yes,
Hmm.
and I wonder who that person is on the right. Gosh, last
That's
time
Dr. Tekla Johnson.
that's
So
right.
she teaches African American studies at USC Union, and she's also a member of our UCCRP team.
Oh, great,
Hmm.
great.
Yeah.
And here's Three Peach Barbecue, and I tell you
Mhm.
what, that is some great barbecue they got.
Yes, yes. So we're glad that he is coming back with his family to help. And of course, you see in the image there, Mayor Thompson uh, giving us some remarks, opening up the event.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Mayor Thompson, he. I tell you what, he's a great guy. He's at a lot of these events, a lot of store openings, and really pushing downtown Union and
mhm.
the city itself. So he fits as a good mayor
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Union.
yeah. Anytime we ask for his help, he comes. This lovely woman here is Paige Stevenson. She is the president or CEO of United Way of the Piedmont. And she came down that day because we had LaKenya Young, who is the United Way of Piedmont Union County Community Resource Coordinator. So we invited Paige to come down to see a little bit about what we're doing. for Juneteenth, and she was happy to. So she's a busy, busy woman. So for her to come down, and I'm honored. I actually serve on the board for United Way of the Piedmont. You're talking about being busy. I stay busy.
Yeah, I start to say, yes, I read it where you was on the board there too.
Uh-huh.
Now here's some of that. I believe that's some of that ice that you was talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah. There's Kona Ice. Some
and they're
folks
enjoying it.
enjoy Kona Ice. Yeah.
And
And
here's
then
some happy ladies.
we always have great groups that come out. Happy Travelers, NAACP. So we appreciate them for supporting as well. So people can learn about the different things that are going on in Union.
Exactly. And I'm trying to,
This young lady in the middle is from Union. Her name is Robin Foster, and she's a genealogist. And
oh wow,
she runs the company Genealogy Just Ask, and she's an honorary member of our UCCRP team. So please do check out her site, Genealogy Just Ask, and that's her husband on the left, and she will. He's the gentleman next to her is holding her book and getting it autographed. But so yeah, she does great work and helps people to understand the census, how to find their relatives in the census, how to trace their roots all the way back as far as they can for any records, how to study archives. So really, really great individual to know.
well that is great because you read so much and you see where you got to pay a lot of times for things that you can really find out yourself
Yeah,
without paying a lot of money to trace it down. So that is
yeah,
great.
yeah. So she does funded and I think pro bono assistance as well. So it just depends on what you're looking for.
Right. And the lynching in Union County after 1877, that's another project that you had your hand in.
Right.
And
So yeah. So when we did our first Juneteenth, which is the images and the signage that you see to the right, but our whole mandate as a Union County Community Remembrance Project, we were part of the Equal Justice Initiative. We are part of Equal Justice Initiative, and we were able to get funding and research. Nate Johnson, that you saw earlier, and Kate Borchert Shane, they're actually on the flyer, the regular flyer at the bottom left in the group picture. We were able to install not one, not two, but three historical markers that talk about lynching victims in South Carolina, specifically Union County, South Carolina. So it really gave us an opportunity to say their names, and so that these individuals would not be forgotten in history. A
right.
lot of times that may be what happens because someone is not telling the story. So those are located on the in the parking lot, at the top of the parking lot of the Dr. Lawrence W. Long Resource Center, right across from the courthouse. And then there's another historical marker, a state historical marker, over by the old Union County Jail. So we
A
encourage
lot,
folks to go and read those.
a lot of history, a lot of history. And, and I don't know before really that you brought this up and had the market. I know you had a celebration there for that also, that a lot of people didn't even know anything about this. And again, that's history, and that's why you need to come to these events to find out a lot more than you think you know, that someone else is, hey, I know the facts.
Right, right. And you know, the good thing about it, that area is that there are one, two, three, four, there are five historical markers in walking distance. So
Wow.
you can go from the old Union County Jail, there's two there, then there's another two at the top of that parking lot, and then there's another one closer to the old Union Community Hospital, which is now the Resource Center. So a lot of history right there in walking distance.
Yeah, I just showed a picture of Freddie Vanderper,
Yes.
and Freddie has some roots there with I think it's Peg Leg there that's teaching him
Yeah.
how to play the harmonica, and he still goes on, and he's got a lot of the blues that he plays.
Yes, yes. And he's participated with us at least three times. At least three times.
Yeah.
He didn't do it last year. He had other commitment, but he usually comes out and will promote and talk a lot about the history in Union County with jazz and blues, specifically the blues, like you mentioned, Peg Leg Ham. So it's wonderful the amount of people who bring different viewpoints and different skills and talents to Juneteenth.
Yeah, even the music, has um, history in it. The blues, the jazz, a lot of the music that the gospel music, especially that came out of that era from in the 1800s to the earlier 1900s. That is just it's beautiful. I mean, it just to me it just grabs your soul. Some of it, it really does, and uh, and that's why you have music there at Juneteenth, and Serenity is a good one. We're going to play here in just a moment and everything. You want to tell what is people can expect this time, as far as maybe shout out some of the vendors and some of the people that's participating in the event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So some of our food vendors that we're going to have, we already talked about Three Peats Barbecue. We're going to have Chop It Up Salad and More. That's a new vendor for us. So Latoya Foster is going to ring. She makes great salads. So all the salad fixings, and then you can take the items home and make your own salad and have salad in the future. So really new vendor there. We have Foster Smoke. That's a new food vendor for us. We also are looking forward to having cuisine. Oh gosh, can't think of his name.
Well, I'm horrible on names
It.
myself.
I was just looking at it. But anyway, he does great wings. I think it's Dude's Cuisine. But he does great different flavored chicken wings. So he's going to be there. And then we have, I mentioned Kona Ice. And as far as activities there, we are looking at having a spades tournament. So this will be the first time that we have tried to do a spades tournament. So what that'll entail, we're going to try to do some cash prizes for the teams that participate. So the first, second, and third place. So you'd have to split your prize with your partner, of course. It's not be individual. So please, if you want to come and play spades, we're probably going to do it upstairs so that everybody can hear, because there'll be music and other things going on downstairs with other vendors. Downstairs, we'll have different vendors and participants. So USC Union will be there talking about recruitment for school and education. We'll have Kingdom Dispatch and Logistics talking about employment. We'll have our park rangers from Rose Hill State Park that are going to be there talking about their programs as well. So we usually have a good cross section of folks. So we're still getting folks on board. We welcome others to come out and participate. And then we'll have Serenity and DJ Troop. I'm hoping that we can get some folks out to do boots on the ground. And I have invited the Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club out of Spartanburg to come and participate as well. So they have a storied history and that's their Spartanburg chapter. So they're a very large motorcycle club. So I'm hoping that they are able to come and park so people can admire their motorcycles and then also learn the history of what the Buffalo Soldiers were about and also what their motorcycle club is about. So lots of good stuff.
Sounds like it is, especially the motorcycles there. I used to have a Harley Road King, and yes, it got too big for me, actually. Well, I'm going to play a little video clip here. It's about 5 minutes, something like that, but it shows that some of the people that we interviewed, and plus Serenity singing a complete song there too. So I want people just to get a little taste there.
Great.
Switch my cameras over right here. Now, who I've got beside me is Motown Bobby, and I tell you what, he's got some great music going on out here. So y'all come on down to the Juneteenth celebration here at the Main Street Junction, and you'll hear some of this wonderful old school music that he has. Now, Bobby,
Yeah,
how you been doing, man?
and I'm doing great.
Blessed
to be here.
Yeah, I've known you for quite a few years. My son has known you a lot more than that. And so you're still in the music business.
All my life I was born in it and going to go out the way with it.
That change is possible. But there's still much to do. So join us today in celebrating Juneteenth. And remember the motto, onward and upward. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are y'all? Okay, so before I tell y'all what I need to tell y'all, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Zamaria Littlejohn. I'm 17 years old, but if you know me, you know everybody calls me Peanut, so y'all can call me Peanut. I am a student at Union County High School. I'm a varsity cheerleader, a competitive dancer, and this is actually my 16th year dance. I'm also a dance teacher, and Miss Layla is one of my students. You want to introduce yourself?
Okay, you got us back here, and you're probably wondering, wait a minute, there's some guy here that he's lost in time.
Absolutely.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Bobby Harley.
Bobby Harley. And you're an expert on the Civil War, how the blacks really contributed?
Yes, that's my area of expertise, my preferred area of history. I'm a former park ranger, Fort Sumter National Monument. And I've also worked at Fort Davis Historic Site as a teacher ranger teacher, and that's in Fort Davis, Texas.
Wow. All right, I'm Jeremy McKee, and I'm back, and we live united.
United Way to Piedmont, LaKenya Young, Community Resource Coordinator. Hey, everyone.
And how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. How y'all doing?
So far, we're doing good here. We had some great interviews, and now we're getting greater interviews.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about United Way Piedmont, a little bit about what they do in this county.
Okay, so the CRC program helps families and individuals to get to the point of self-sufficiency as far as whatever it is that they're needing, and I also connect them to local resources with our program, and if they need, I guess, transportation, child care, job retention. It's so much that I do under that umbrella.
Back with you, and I've got another special guest right here from the State Park Service, South Carolina, at Rose Hill. And how are you doing today?
I am doing good, thank you.
Great. And tell us who your name is.
My name's Stephanie Cohen. I am the park manager at Rose Hill Plantation State Historic Site, your only state park located in Union.
And I'll tell you what, it's a great place. I've been there, and I've met you a couple times coming through there. Y'all have all kind of things going on. Because I think one was some kind of night walk.
We have different programs all the time. During the day, we're open every day, 365 days a year. The grounds are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then we do the house tours of the mansion most days at 11, 1, and 3, except on Tuesday, Wednesday, and some exceptions like today. The Rangers are all here at this event.
And just think, that's only 5 minutes of that. And folks, this went on for hours, different events, different people talking. And so I encourage you to get there on the 21st, 22nd. It's the 21st, right?
21st, which is
21st.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yes. I
From
keep getting
1
that
to 5.
19th. I still get that 19th in my mind
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
But you did a great job last year. And I know this year is going to even be better. And so, and Tamika, hours gone by pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. I would ask your grace so I can give you the definition of WeGOJA. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I pulled it up. So it's WeGOJA. So the we is from the Gullah language, means hour. The G is Jemazbop, pronounced them sabop, is from the Wolof language and means believe in yourself. It's spoken widely in Senegal and the Gambia and heavily influenced the shaping of the Gullah language that you mentioned before. And then O is for Ojo Iwamtu, is from the Yoruba language and means future. And the Yoruba people primarily inhabit southwestern Nigeria, and similarly to the Wolofs, Yoruba is heavily influenced in the shaping of the Gullah language. And then Jome is Wolof and means purpose, and it also means courage. And then A is for Asa, is Yoruba and means culture. So for anyone who speaks those languages, and I just butchered them, I apologize. But that is what WeGOJA means, and WeGOJA Foundation. I'm so happy to work with them. They have been our fiscal agent for the UCCRP for this entire time, and it enables us to be able to bring Juneteenth to Union County. And their mission is to document and promote African American heritage sites in South Carolina. And they collaborate with civic and government and business leaders to preserve our places in history. So I'm honored to work with them, and we have several projects that I'm involved in. So please check out the WeGOJA Foundation website as well.
Well, I'm glad you cleared that because I'd have butchered those names up horrible. Tamika, I really appreciate you coming on here and we're talking about Juneteenth, and I'm just hoping you can success and that this could be double the amount there this year than it was last year, and let it continue to grow. You do a fantastic job, you and your team, and we really appreciate you a lot here in Union County. Just want to let you know that.
Thank you so
And
much.
and you have a blessed day.
You too.
And I'll end the stream, folks. If student tune in next week, we have another guest coming up, and actually, it's actually a little bit on the Civil War where the balloon landed, and she's going to talk about a little bit about herself and growing up also, and that'll be next week. And again, we thank you, Tamika, and you have a fabulous day.
All right. Safe travels. I know you got someplace to go here shortly.